We think right now the risk of recession in the next 12 months is about as low as it's been in the post-crisis period. It's somewhere around 5 to 10%. If you look at what could cause a recession right now, there are very few things that pop out that could drive that. One thing for investors to understand is the U.S. economy is like the Titanic or an aircraft carrier or a super carrier. When it's moving in one direction, it takes quite a bit to knock it off that path. Late 15, early 16, we had a whole series of shocks. Oil collapsed, manufacturing was in recession, there were fears of China devaluing their currency, financial conditions tightened dramatically, yet the economy avoided a recession easily. When we look forward, we think the economy next 12 months does marginally better than the last 12, so again, the probability of recession extremely low. Probability of bear market always slightly higher because there can be exogenous shocks like geopolitical or some type of financial contagion that you can't foresee, but we also think that's very low. So, right now for investors, we don't think they should be afraid of risk or should be completely heading for the hills. We just think that the upside potential is much lower than it's been. In terms of what could potentially cause the next recession or bear market, that's a really good question because just about every factor we look at is pointing up and not down. One of the problems late 15, early 16 was overseas growth was weak. Emerging market growth picked up, European growth picked up, Chinese growth picked up, Japanese growth picked up. So both onshore and offshore, things are looking up. The consumer's in very good shape. The housing market's extremely robust. Corporate earnings have picked up. Financial conditions are still loose. So you go through your laundry list, there's nothing clear right now that would cause the next 12 months. You go out further in time, we think more than likely what could cause it is labor markets overheat, you get unemployment too low, the Fed is behind the curve in terms of inflation, and they have to hike more abruptly. To us, that's the most plausible cause of the next bear market or recession, but there's a long way between now and then, we think.
All investments are subject to risk, including the possible loss of the money you invest. For more information about SkyBridge Capital Multi-Advisor Hedge Fund Portfolio Series G, call 1-888-759-2730 to obtain a prospectus. Investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and other important information about a fund are contained in the prospectus. Read and consider it carefully before investing. This webcast is for educational purposes only. We recommend that you consult a professional advisor about your individual situation.